Have you ever deposited your hard-earned money, checked your balance a few days later, and just seen a chunk of it missing? It's not a mistake and you're not going crazy. It's actually part of the design. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on all those hidden fees that drain your bank account, and most importantly, show you exactly how to stop. If you're new to the US banking system, this can be incredibly confusing. I mean, whether you're an immigrant, an international student, or here on a work visa, figuring out these rules can feel, well, almost impossible. So let's break down every single hidden fee one by one and make sure you keep your money right where it belongs, with you. So that gap, the one between what you put in and what you actually have, that's a minefield of hidden and conditional fees. And frankly, banks are kind of counting on you not knowing about them. That missing $15 isn't some random error. It's a core part of their business model.
First up, we have to tackle the biggest myth in American banking, the free checking account. You see it advertised everywhere, right? But that word free, it almost always has a little asterisk next to it. Let's dig in to the catch.
And there it is. You'll see no monthly fee in big, friendly letters, but the tiny fine print is where they get you. If you fail to meet one of these specific conditions, that free account suddenly starts costing you money every single month. Okay, so beyond that free account myth, there are a couple of really common fees that act like a slow leak in your finances. I'm talking about the monthly maintenance fee and those really annoying ATM charges. Let's break them down. First is the monthly maintenance fee. Honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like a subscription fee for your own money. It's a charge just for the privilege of having the account open, even if you don't touch it all month. And we're not talking about a small amount here. This fee is usually around $10, even $15 a month. That can add up to $180 a year just vanished from your account. So how do you get out of paying this? Well, you've got two main options. The absolute easiest is to set up direct deposit, so your paycheck goes straight into that account. The other way is to keep a minimum balance, which is often something high, like $1,500. But be careful with that one. One big expense can drop you below the limit, and boom, you're hit with the fee. That's why direct deposit is almost always the safest bet. Next up, ATM fees. Now, in a lot of countries, you can use pretty much any ATM for free. That is definitely not how it works in the US. If you use an ATM that doesn't belong to your bank, you get hit with not one, but two separate fees for just one withdrawal. And this is where it gets absolutely ridiculous. The ATM's owner charges you a fee, let's say $4. Then your own bank charges you another fee, maybe another $4, just for using a competitor's machine. All of a sudden, you've paid $8 just to get $20 of your own money. That's like a 40% tax on your own cash. It's wild. The good news is avoiding this is pretty simple with just a little planning. Every major bank has a mobile app with an ATM locator. Just use it. It'll show you exactly where the free machines are. And try to get into the habit of taking out larger amounts of cash less often so you don't get caught in a bind. Okay, but of all the fees we're going to talk about, this next one is the most dangerous. It's the one that can turn a tiny, honest mistake into a massive financial headache. I'm talking about the overdraft fee. So an overdraft happens when you try to spend more money than you actually have. Now, you'd think the card would just get declined, right? Nope. Instead, the bank could choose to cover the difference for you and then slam you with a huge penalty for this so-called service. And that penalty is steep. We're talking about an average of around $35. But here's the worst part. It's per transaction. So if you make, say, 3 small purchases without realizing your balance is low, you could be hit with over $100 in fees in a single day. Preventing this is absolutely critical. The most powerful thing you can do is call your bank, like right now, and tell them you want to opt out of overdraft protection. All this means is that if you don't have the funds, your card will simply be declined. Yeah, it might be a little embarrassing for a second, but it is so much better than a $35 penalty. For extra safety, set up low balance alerts on your app and link your savings account as a backup. I know many of you send money back home to support your families, but this is another area where banks take a huge cut. They do it through crazy high fees and really bad exchange rates. I mean, just look at this difference. It is staggering. A traditional bank wire can cost you $50, $80, sometimes even more. And on top of that, they'll often give you a terrible exchange rate and just pocket the difference. Compare that to modern third-party apps, which are way more transparent and can save you a fortune on every single transfer. And one last fee in this category to watch out for, the foreign transaction fee. If you use your US card while you're traveling, or even just on a website that's based in another country, your bank might charge you an extra 3% of the total price. The fix for this one, thankfully, is pretty straightforward. Before you travel or shop online internationally, just look for a debit or credit card that explicitly says it has no foreign transaction fees. A lot of cards from places like Capital One, Discover, and Charles Schwab are well known for offering this. All right, you now know all the major traps to look out for. So let's put it all together into a really simple 5-step action plan to make your bank account basically fee-proof and protect your money. Here they are, your 5 rules to live by. Rule 1. Set up that direct deposit. It is the golden key to waiving those monthly fees. Rule 2. Always use your bank's app to find a free ATM before you get cash. Rule 3. Opt out of overdrafts. Just tell your bank no thanks and you'll never see that $35 penalty again. Rule 4. Ditch the bank for sending money home. Use a specialized app. You'll save a ton. And finally, Rule 5. Get a travel-friendly card. If you're ever going to shop or travel internationally, make sure your card has 0 foreign transaction fees. If you follow these simple rules, you will avoid the vast majority of fees that drain the bank accounts of people new to this country. Because at the end of the day, it's your money, and the whole point of this is to help you keep it.